It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the New York Knicks going up against the Pelicans out in New Orleans. Well, for the Pelicans, the front office couldn't be happier with the way this team has performed early on. It starts with good coaching, good game planning, and then credit the players. They've bought into the system, and they're executing at a very high level. And the front lines for both teams tonight, powerful, explosive. Shaq, what's the key these days to building a great front court?
Well, the more versatile, the better. But it's more about skill and brute strength. You know I'm about skill and brute strength. I was the most skillful and brutally strong guy ever to play the game.
It's right, you are brutal.
What's so funny?
That, front court guys need to change ends. That's what's funny to me, Shaq, and nothing else. I just tell you right now, nothing else is funny to me.
You want me to show you how strong I am? I'll flip this table over right now.
I believe you could. I believe you could.
What you looking at, Ernie?
Not much.
Oh.
All right.
It's on. It's on.
I see Ernie.
And here's
No
Kevin
fear,
Harlan.
Ernie.
Here's Kevin Harlan.
I'll see you in the locker room, Ernie.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Let's meet the starting lineup of the visiting New York Knicks. At small forward, Lance Thomas. At point guard, Frank Ntilikina. At the other guard position, Courtney Lee. At center, Enes Kanter. At the other forward position, Kristaps Porzingis. The head coach of the team, shooting guard position at 6 foot 3 inches, number 55, Etuan Moore. Man in the middle at 6 foot 9 inches, number 30, Julius Randle. At the small forward position, 6 feet 10 inches, number 3, Nikola Mirotic. At guard 6'4" from UCLA, number 11, Drew Holiday. And at forward 6'10" from Kentucky, number 23, Anthony Davis. Your home team head coach is Alvin Gentry. Pelican fans, give it up for your New Orleans Pelicans.
It's the Pelicans at home for a little interconference action in New Orleans. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Taking a look at New York, some doubts forming early for these guys. They've gone 0-4 to start the season. They need a win, fellas.
Yeah, and they've taken some lumps here on the season, but really this is a team that may be a ways away from contention, and although it's early, they're still, I think, just searching for a winning formula and something to build confidence from.
And so off the tip, it's New York. So the New York starting five. Inside, it's Porzingis and Kanter. Ntilikina and Lee are in the backcourt, and it's Thomas in at the 3 slot. Outside, Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots from the line. The rebound by Holiday. And for Porzingis, one of the next steps for him offensively, becoming a better distributor.
Well, he showed last year, the first couple months of the year, to be a prolific scorer, and defenses know that too. So now the idea is, what if we crowd Porzingis? What if we double team him? Can he make the next play to his teammate? We'll see if it starts to unlock itself this year for him.
And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, this is where his perimeter game just becomes dangerous for the opposition. Your defense extends out, and he can still bury those shots.
Holiday with the three. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor. Out to the right wing. Ntilikina kicks to Thomas. Pass to Cantor. Outside, Porzingis. This one for three. That doesn't go either for Porzingis. New Orleans gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Randall finds Holiday. Here's Mirotic, and Mirotic throws it down.
And Mirotic is a big target out there, so hard to understand why he was missed. He slips in and gets an extra possession.
Here's Ntilikina. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Here's Moore. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Moore's got 5 points so far.
Nice job getting it done in the paint. Moore playing a little bit fearless there and showing some good energy on the attack.
Poke loose. Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis, and that one's on target from the wing. Porzingis has got his second basket of the night.
And defensively, this is a nightmare. He's already on a roll.
I love his will, his take charge attitude, the aggressiveness, all of that showing up here in the first.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
Here is Thomas, following the basket by Anthony Davis. Porzingis can't hit.
Well, it's like the defense has a bunch of matchbooks in their hands right now, playing with fire. They were fortunate that somehow he misfired on that one.
Holiday, the pass to Davis. He dishes it to Mirotic. Back to Davis. New Orleans moving it around. It's good. Randall's got his first points of the night.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Porzingis feeling it out a bit. Ntilikina kicks to Lee. Cantor bounce pass. Thomas finds Porzingis. Lee outside. Pelicans pull it in. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Knicks team.
And it was a matchup you thought they would have cruised through, but they actually dropped a game in this series last year.
Here's Ntilikina. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And Davis sends it back.
Phenomenal defense by Anthony Davis to spike that shot back. He'd make a heck of a volleyball player.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Over in the corner, Randall. Lee against Moore. Lee dishes to Thomas. Lee against Moore. Here's Porzingis. There's the pass to Ntilikina. 4 on the shot clock. High arcing shot, and he lays it up and in. Ntilikina's got his first points of the game.
Fleshing out his offensive game over time. Ntilikina wants to keep improving in the paint.
Here's Mirotic. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And a long way to go, Brent, but there are some early signs of a legitimate playoff contender, championship contender.
When we talk about that, Kevin, you and I always are leery of the fact of how many of these guys have had the experience of being scarred up in the early rounds of the playoffs, having to advance or beat a team that's proven before. right now there are some teams out there that are raising our eyebrows where we think they're going to have an opportunity. If they keep growing like this and they keep finding this type of consistency, they could be dangerous.
You'd like to think they're going to use those scars, as you say, from the past and motivate them even more.
Well, those are the teams who we believe can always take the next step.
Sure.
It's the young teams that are unproven, even though they're playing well, where we sometimes wonder, will they be able to maintain this kind of focus come playoff time?
Ntilikina kicks to Cantor. There's Lee with the three. New York working now with the fresh shot clock.
One of the game's very best offensive rebounders, Cantor also has the wherewithal to quickly convert for the score.
To the paint. Outside, Porzingis. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Holiday with the ball. Porzingis with the block. And a fast break now for New York. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
There's so much to like about Courtney Lee and the consistency with which he brings his lunch pail to the job. A high-character guy, has played in some big-time games, plays with toughness, and plays very disciplined. Great guy to have on the roster.
Free throw good, Lee. And since Lee entered the league, almost half of his total shots, Brent, have been from three.
Yeah, well, that's his game. He's relied upon it to help out spacing offenses, and he takes good shots. That's what I like about Courtney Lee. Almost 40% for his career from the three-point line.
Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for more. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, they depend on him to score, and that doesn't mean just from the field. Sometimes it comes from the charity stripe.
Holiday looking over the floor. Kicks it to Davis. Randall right side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Mirotic. And that one comes up a bit short.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Over in the corner, Lee passes it to Cantor. Here's Ntilikina. Over Randall. New York, no good that time either.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And last year for the Knicks, a bit of a throwback offense. First in the league in two-point attempts and second to last in the league in three-point attempts. We'll see if the new coaching staff changes some of those numbers.
Pelicans shooting their first free throws of the night.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
Now, gentlemen, two shots. Loose shots.
He's off on the first. So for the Pelicans, Okafor is checked in for Davis. Solomon Hill comes in for Mirotic. And Ian Clark subbed in for Drew Holiday. And then for New York, Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Courtney Lee. And it's Burke in for Frank Ntilikina. And he can't hit the second. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
A little breakdown there, letting them get that rebound. You can't allow that to happen.
And talking about the Knicks last year, definitely one of the bigger teams in the NBA.
Interesting to look down at their scoring last year, as their top four scorers were either centers or forwards. And that's a little bit unusual in today's game, where most of the impact's coming from your point guard or a wing player. Not the case for the Knicks, so they're looking for some backcourt help.
And the free throw, no good.
Last season, the Pelicans took a huge step in the right direction. They made it to the conference semifinals despite losing DeMarcus Cousins before the playoffs even began. So a lot of positives came out of that late season run with AD leading the way for the Pelicans.
A moment here to see some numbers for Peyton. His last 10 games, he's averaging 11 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
Now here's Burke. He's coming off a 19-point game against Oklahoma City.
A lot of those plays came off tremendous hustle. He was committed to ripping down as many rebounds as he possibly could in this one.
And he drops it in from the low post. Burke's got his first 2 points. And for the Pelicans last season, the most successful for the team since the name change.
Yeah, how about that? 48 wins last year for them in the Western Conference. They swept the Blazers in the first round of the playoffs and just showed how dangerous they could be. Mirotic huge in that series for them, and they still have some areas to address, but the trajectory, the direction of this franchise is pointing up.
Lasagna's shot is off.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Burke kicks to Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Hardaway. Takes a 3. Okafor grabs the miss. Pelicans leading by 3. Pass to Clark. Randall left side. Pass to Clark. Here's Peyton. Another one falls for New Orleans.
The more he drains those mid-rangers, the more it boosts his confidence.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Okafor against Cantor to the middle. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now here's Peyton, coming off a solid outing against Minnesota. Stolen by Cantor. Lasagna, the pass to Porzingis. Back to Hezonja. He kicks to Cantor over Okafor. That one wide left.
That was some very intimidating, aggressive defense that really helped alter that shot.
Here's Clark. Porzingis with the block.
Yeah, good luck getting a shot over the 7-foot, 6-inch tall wingspan of Kristaps Porzingis.
Basket good.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And here is Peyton. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Burke. Lays it in off the breakaway. Burke's got his second basket of the night.
He really takes off, just never looks back.
Yeah, by the time anyone even thinks of chasing him, he's gone.
Now here's Randall. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota. Porzingis finds Hardaway. Here's Lasagna. Hits the 3-point bomb. Now it's a 4-point Knicks lead.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Okafor. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
Now here is Hardaway. 9-point game his last outing. Out to the wing. Burke looking over the floor. A 3-pointer, no good. New Orleans gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. The feed to Peyton. And stolen by Burke. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. And it's Porzingis that time on the assist by Burke. Porzingis has got 11 points.
Yeah, I don't think you have to tell Porzingis twice to take shots like that. Once the ball's in his hands, he's looking to the rim.
Payton outside. And the pass to Randall. And oh, he hits the buzzer beater.
Great awareness of the clock to end the quarter.
You like to finish things on a positive note, and he times that one beautifully.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for New York. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back to the action after this word. Frank Ntilikina has established himself as a legit defender. He spoke about his mindset.
Defense is 80% of will and 20% ability. So you try to stop the player in front of you and you try to deny him to score the basket. That's just the challenge, and that's what I love in this part of the game.
A young player with an advanced understanding of defense, and his length gives him an edge.
And his defense is something he enjoys. If he can put it all together at both ends, he's a player you can build around.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
You just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of one? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for New Orleans right now, we've got Okafor. Miller is out there with Solomon Hill. Then there's Payton, and it's Clark in at the 2.
What's interesting about Moutier is how cavernous the gap is between the strengths and weaknesses that he has. On the plus side, he creates shots for himself, but how many of those shots is he actually going to make? The other part about his game, though, is his distribution is pretty solid. So if he plays in the pick and roll, he can find teammates.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Kicks to Hardaway. Thomas against Okafor. Outside, Porzingis. Shot from free throw range. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Hill passes to Payton. It's stolen by Moutier. Here's Baker. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Payton kicks to Hill. He tries for 3. And no good that time. Now the Knicks take it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And unfortunately for them, they just ran into a hot shooting team and really had no answers.
This is what happens when you take nothing away defensively. Just too inactive in this game on that end of the floor.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Moutier with the ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against Oklahoma City.
The horn on the unicorn is sharp tonight.
And so Payton will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They'll host the Denver Nuggets after this one. And that will be the middle game of this 3-game homestand. Hill, and it's in there. Hill's got his first basket of the night.
Got to give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
Moutier kicks to Porzingis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And we talk so much about the offense Porzingis gives you, Brent. How about the defensive side of his game?
Well, I think he's learning a little bit more about position and space. He moves his feet decently well for his size, but he's getting a better understanding of the guys in this league that he's seeing on a nightly basis. And, of course, we'll always talk about trying to gain more and more strength.
That free throw good from Porzingis. Brent, as we take a look at lineups around the NBA, teams trying to go with 5 highly skilled players at once. Where does that leave the traditional big?
Well, most teams just don't have one now, Kevin. I mean, they're just not on the roster.
They're hard to find, yeah.
Well, they're hard to find, but there just aren't many out there. So a lot of teams just elect not to have one. And what we're seeing over the course of the last couple years is the matchups when all of a sudden a Whiteside is going to see a Drummond, or you're going to see all of a sudden Valanciunas play against DeAndre Jordan. It's usually because you have one, we'll play ours kind of mentality.
Now here is Holiday. 14 points from him the last game against Minnesota.
Well, after some seasons that were a little tough on Drew Holiday, both on and off the floor, he certainly got back on track last year in a big way. Posted his best season and played in the most games since the All-Star year he had in Philly in 13. So the health is always a concern, but Drew Holiday stepped up and was massive in the playoffs last year for this Pelican ball club.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And Brent, last season, Holiday wasn't asked to do as much playmaking, and it seemed like it allowed him to focus on his scoring.
Well, I give Drew Holiday a ton of credit, Kevin. He went from being asked to work on off-guard skills to being shifted back to the point guard because of a Rondo injury, and then later in the season had to go back to all of the things he worked on in the offseason as an off-guard. And when he did that, he shined. So a heck of a season on the mental side of things for Drew Holiday last year.
New York, no good that time either. Feeds it to Mirotic. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
That shot was all about Holiday and his ability to see the floor and the open man.
Now here's Moutier. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Thomas finds Lee, and stolen by Mirotic. Here's Miller. Basket good. And the Pelicans lead by 2.
Well, you love the fearless, aggressive attitude. Doesn't let size matter.
Well, he also has that innate ability to just create enough separation. It's a nice move.
Now here's Moutier. Porzingis, that's a 2, and he nails the jumper. Porzingis has got the game tied up here for the Knicks.
Yeah, Porzingis read that extremely well. He recognized right away he was going to get that shot.
Thomas against Holiday. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
For New Orleans, they have hit just 2 free throws in 5 attempts today.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Free throw, good, Holiday. As much as Drew Holiday can contribute on the offensive end, Brent, with his scoring and playmaking, he's also a very capable defender.
Well, he's more than capable. He is one of the better defenders at that position. And the more years Drew Holiday has in the league, the more he's got a notebook of what it is guys like to do and the things he can take away. Great hands, great lateral movement, and last year showed up in a big way defensively for Alvin Gentry.
Now here is Davis. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
Here's Moutier following the basket by Anthony Davis. Moutier kicks to Porzingis. Here's the teardrop, and he sinks the layup.
Timeout.
Porzingis has got 9 points in the quarter.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Well, when you play against the Pelicans, Brent, you know you're going to be running.
Yep, track shoes on. Pelicans played at the highest pace last year in the league, and you can expect more of the same as long as Alvin Gentry is the coach. This is something he believes in, and he's got one of the best running centers in the league. The team generates a ton of easy looks, and finishes because of the pace of play.
Ntilikina, he's checked in for Moutier. Now here's Moore. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. Knicks trail by 3. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Well, games so often come down to free throws, and when that's the case, these are the players you want at the line. The best free throw shooting 2 guards in the NBA. You look at Lee, 4th in the league, and as consistent as they come at the free throw line.
And this is a set of players that can drive and slash, hoping to draw contact, because if they can get to the bucket and the foul, it's going to be a 3-point play the hard way.
And they have no issues with drawing that kind of contact. They're more than willing to put their bodies on the line because as well as they shoot the free throws, they know these trips to the line will always pay off. Easy too.
Here's Baker. Porzingis trying to get free. Another shot. Baker passes to Porzingis, and it's good. 2 points. Now just a 1-point New Orleans lead.
Now how pretty is that shot for Porzingis? A nice release point and so soft coming off the fingertips.
Inside. Here's Davis. Nails the close-range fadeaway jumper. Davis has got 6 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Here's Ntilikina. Outside, Porzingis. Takes the 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Now you could just tell in his gait and in the look on his face, he's in a great rhythm after a terrific first quarter. He is feeling it here in the second.
Now here is Holiday. 5 points in the game. Here's Davis. It's rebounded by Porzingis. For New York, they've gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. Baker kicks to Ntilikina. Nice shot by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 27.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. That is his first foul of the game. Julius Randle's checked in for Darius Miller. And then for New York, Enes Kanter's checked in for Thomas. Mario Hezonja comes in for Courtney Lee. And Trey Burke subbed in for Ron Baker. Davis against Porzingis. Davis kicks to Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. Buries the long-range jumper. 10 points for him.
Well, if you give Mirotic some room out there, he's going to take advantage, really looking to shoot the 3-ball.
Passes it to Kanter. Now the dish to Burke. Pass to Ntilikina. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. Burke's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And for me, guys, that's what I call a character game. I mean, they could have closed up shop. It would have been easy to just let that one go and get ready for the next one. But they fought back. I mean, and that mental fortitude that they displayed there is one of the reasons why they're such a good team.
Porzingis trying to get free, and Hezonja gets it to go.
And a terrific use of the floater, unguardable really, because you can't do anything defensively to stop it.
Holiday finds Davis. To the paint. Here's Randle. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Excellent D from Kanter. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Burke. Burke's got 4 assists now tonight.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Brent, we've got great dunkers now, but you played at a time when there were sensational dunkers in the NBA.
Yeah, I saw a lot of guys go over the top of me.
Including yourself.
Too kind. Here's your money. Kevin, I think about those old And we remember these, the old VHS tapes where you used to get like the dunk highlight tapes. Those are still
Sean Kemp.
Oh, so fresh in my mind.
Dr. J.
Dominique Wilkins over the top. MJ over everybody.
Young Vince Carter.
Kenny Skywalker. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But the best in-game dunker, I think it's pretty unanimous that Vince Carter still holds the title.
The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Ntilikina. 5 points in the game. Now here's Burke. The shot is good, and so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Now Payton. He's got 7. Pass to Mirotic. Back to Payton. Shot on the wing. Another one falls for New Orleans.
An assertive Elfrid Payton is a better Elfrid Payton.
Burke kicks to Porzingis. Here's Cantor. Another shot. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Cantor's got 6.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Outside Mirotic. 1:25 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Davis, and it's Hezonja with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Ian Clark comes in for Drew Holiday. Hardaway's checked in for the Knicks. Randall makes it off the glass. Randall's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And you'll take that shot every time down. Beautiful work all the way around.
Outside, Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. Burke, the pass to Porzingis. Here's Hezonja. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And here are the numbers for Burke, how his last 10 games have gone. He's putting up 13 points a game, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
From all the whispers that we've heard, he's been working hard on his game. It just has not showed up yet in the box score.
First free throw is good. Brent being disruptive, forcing turnovers, something the Knicks couldn't do last season.
Yeah, last year, 29th in the league in steals. The roster was more big than quick last year, so unable to extend some of their pressure because of the way that they played. It makes it hard to fire up some of that transition offense if you're not getting out there and getting steals.
Both shots good from the stripe. There's 57 seconds left to play in the first half. Now here's Payton. Defense is right there. He kicks it to Randall. Shoots over Cantor. Randall no good.
The defense not so good. And when you're deep inside like that, you got to come through.
Right side Hardaway. And there's the pass to Hezonja. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, you're going to pay for a situation where you give Porzingis that kind of room and maybe that much of a lane. Good job exploiting it.
Now here's Payton. He's got 9. Kicks to Randall. 15 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Okafor. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. They get it back. And then Okafor slams it in.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Grinding away 100% effort all the time.
And then uses his explosiveness once he's gathered the rebound to throw it down.
A big-time effort for Porzingis, providing a lot of energy for New York. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, how big is defense going to be in the second half to help you get this win?
It's going to be big. That's what it's going to come down to. Defense wins games.
It certainly does, Elfrid. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaquille O'Neal is here. Say hello to the people, Shaq.
Hola.
Kenny's here.
Ni hao.
And we're analyzing the first half of action. There was no stopping Kristaps Porzingis in the first half. He ended up with 31 points, 2 block shots, and 1 steal. After missing last game, it was clearly evident he wanted to make his mark tonight. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, their ball movement was phenomenal. Now, they're in good position to win this game, large in part because of those assists. And this is the thing, Ernie. When you win as a team, you feel better about everything that happens.
Shaq, how do you think New Orleans played?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And it's been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Tipping off the second half, here's David Fizdale's 5. Inside, it's Porzingis and Cantor. Ntilikina and Lee are in the backcourt. And it's Thomas in at the small forward position. And he drops it in from the low post. Lee's got the lead up to 7 now for the Knicks.
Courtney Lee, as a two-guard, can get physical, and I love that he didn't back down on that possession.
Davis finds Mirotic. On the wing, Davis, guarded by Porzingis. Back to Mirotic. Moore outside. For the 3. Knicks with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Ntilikina passes to Cantor, who's back up, and it's good on the layup. Cantor's got 8 points.
Long arms and solid athleticism. Cantor with good physical tools to score in traffic.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Releases. That's good on the jump shot. He has 7.
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10 on difficulty, that's an 11.
Ntilikina passes to Lee. Here's Ntilikina, guarded by Holiday. Here's Ntilikina. He has 5. Count it.
Yeah, couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half, minus that 1 miss. 3 of 4 now from the field right now in the second half.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Pass to Davis. Moore outside. Shoots the 3. And Lee pulls it down.
And they continue to control the glass.
Pass to Ntilikina. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And here's Porzingis for a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. and it's a 12-point New York lead.
Alvin Gentry, one of the best offensive minds and coaches in this league. Remember just in the recent past about his time in Phoenix and then in Golden State, now as the head coach of the Pelicans, and he's done a great job just speeding up this team, pushing the ball, and trying to find ways to put up points.
And so Holiday will bring it up for New Orleans. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much.
One shot.
And for the Pelicans, it took some time before they could implement Gentry's vision.
Well, now it's in place. It felt like a long time to get there, and he ended up making the playoffs and pushing it to the second round. And Alvin Gentry's a big reason why the Pelicans are one of the most exciting teams right now to watch in the NBA.
Now here's Lee over Moore. No good from Lee. And here's Randall. The quick look, no good that time. Porzingis finds Thomas. Here's Ntilikina. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Ntilikina's got 9 points.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Davis. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Well, good positioning down low. That helps make the shot attempt a little bit easier for AD.
Ntilikina passes to Porzingis. Now here's Cantor. Lee outside. Moore with the block, but he gets it back. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets. Then on Monday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Now here is Davis. Holiday misses off the left iron.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Thomas, good.
Oh, that's tough right there. Lance Thomas taking the hit.
Pelicans trail by 11. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Moore against Lee. Davis up top. Clock at 6. Moore outside. They grab their own miss. Davis with the bucket. He's got 10.
All length there from AD. The assertive attitude, and it just makes him such a handful on the offensive glass.
To the middle, and stolen by Mirotic. Down low, Porzingis with the steal. Here's Ntilikina. He's got 9. And the pass to Porzingis. Here's Ntilikina. He's guarded by Davis. The putback. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. To the inside. It'll go, and the Knicks lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Drew Holiday.
Great focus from Drew there. The D was all over him, but it didn't seem to affect his focus. Gets that bucket to go.
Time called here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And with Anthony Davis, you look at how young he is still. I mean, scary to think that his best games are still ahead of him. Not just this year, talking like 3 or 4 years from now. He could honestly be the best player in the league in a short time.
So for the Pelicans, Darius Miller comes in for Mirotic, and it's Payton in for Ejuan Moore. The Knicks also changing it up. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Cantor. Ron Baker comes in for Lee. And it's Moutier in for Ntilikina. Now here's Porzingis. He's got 34. Hardaway for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. And with Davis's prime just ahead of him, just what do you think his ceiling might be, Brent?
I don't know. 28 and 11 the last few years. His upside seems to be nightmarish for any opposing coach. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have multiple years of 30-plus with 12 or 14 rebounds. There's simply nothing on the court that AD cannot do. Phenomenal use of the body there to free himself up from the defender and get a clean look at the basket.
The Knicks have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
New Orleans making a switch here. Okafor's checked in.
One shot, gentlemen.
Hard to believe, isn't it, that a few years ago the direction for this Pelicans team was uncertain.
Yeah, and I like the fact that Alvin Gentry has found his way to put his imprint on this team. A lot of people not sure of how and if he could do that. He certainly has. It took some time to get those ideas in place, and the offense was never a problem with this group, especially with the way that Drew Holiday had such a huge year. It's going to be about some defense and some depth for them to push it a little bit further this season.
Now here is Hardaway, following the miss by Anthony Davis. 4 on the shot clock. From the baseline. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
And Davis throws it down.
I like it when AD starts to step on the gas pedal offensively. He starts to feel like nobody can stop him, and he very well might be right.
Now here's Moutier. He's got 6. Passes it to Porzingis. Dishes to Hardaway. Over Payton. Hardaway, no good. And so Holiday will bring it up for New Orleans. 6-point game. He dishes it to Payton. Okafor in the post. Guarded by Porzingis. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Baker. Inside. It's stolen by Davis. Outside Holiday. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Baker. He kicks it to Moutier. Pass to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot. Here's Baker. No good off the back of the rim.
Somehow, some way, he couldn't get that one to fall from in between. Got to take advantage of the weak defense when you can.
The wide open look here for Holiday. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 5th assist in this one. Baker passes to Porzingis. Over in the corner, Moutier. Here's Baker. Outside Holiday. Pass to Okafor. Miller with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Davis kicks to Payton. Okafor trying to get open. Pelicans keep it alive. Here's Davis. Thomas with the block. And here comes the break. No one near Moutier as he lets it go. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Davis against Thomas. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Anthony Davis is just as complete a player on the offensive end as you're going to find. Great facing up, great mid-range, plays with the back to the basket. One of the things that is his best quality, Kevin, that does not get talked about much is just how devastating he is in transition. One of the game's greatest runners and finishers. And when you're playing with a point guard who will advance the ball, he becomes that much more dangerous.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis. And Brent, for Davis in his offense, the stat lines he can put up are just jaw-dropping.
Man, even from a historic standpoint, very few big men can dominate a game in the multitude of ways that AD can. Incredibly quick with his decision-making. He's really got great footwork. And with his length, he has the easiest time getting a shot off any switch. I mean, it's just an automatic mismatch. He is truly a special player.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
And his versatility on offense is so spectacular. He always finds ways to help put points up on the board.
Hill, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. You look at the Knicks free agent signings, Brent, haven't been so great over the past few seasons.
Yeah, a lot of that's been due to major injuries. When you sign veteran guys and you're in a situation where you're hoping to win now or get to the playoffs, there's a risk that comes with that. So that cap management for the Knicks, it's been a tricky game and one they've come up on the short end on.
Free throw drops for Hill.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Both free throws good from Hill.
Well, Pelicans a much better team last year than they've been in the past. Still have some areas to address before maybe they become a home court advantage team or a top 4 seed. But the number one thing is they've got to get some more consistency in their outside game.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Now here is Davis. He's got 16. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far. Well, the 3 is king right now, and spacing can be a problem for the Pelicans.
Well, the team knows they only have a handful of dead-eye shooters. They were in the bottom third for threes taken last year. They play to their strengths, which is a good thing, but in order for them to take the next step, it's got to be some dynamic play from the perimeter.
And the best part of that sequence wasn't Holiday's steal, but his quick decision to push the ball and start the break. That's when the D's most vulnerable, and he took advantage.
Now here's Porzingis. 37 points for him. Outside Hardaway. A floater, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Hardaway Jr. with a show of strength, who got to the inside there and then converted through the contact.
And Tim Hardaway Jr. returning to New York with a 4-year, $71 million contract that surprised many. He's got to shoot better than he did last season to be worth that kind of money.
The Knicks making a switch here. Cantor's checked in.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
A fearless shooter and a remarkable dunker. Tim Hardaway Jr. is such a valuable rotation guy that you just want to have consistent effort from. And I think he's reaching that level now.
Now here is Hill. And Okafor has it in the corner. Outside Holiday. From deep 3-point range. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Porzingis can't hit.
That's a shot you got to step up on. Wide open, no coverage. Good shooters don't miss that often.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Five seconds left in the third. From deep three-point range, no good there. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Knicks out front. They're up by 3. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. New York leading by 3. Hill and Davis are the forwards. Ejuan Moore is out there with Payton, and it's Okafor in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the Pelicans' 5. Now here's Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled and stolen by Payton. Here's Davis. Nice D from Porzingis.
And that's just good offense. Surprised he blew that one, and the defense is too.
Hardaway against Moore. Hardaway finds Burke. Shot clock at 6. That shot off. Payton with some nice D. Pelicans trail by 3, and it's Davis at the elbow. Good, the assist goes to Hill. And that's 20 points for Davis.
Defense maybe got away with a foul there, but AD too good for their best efforts with that shot.
Now here's Burke, covered by Payton. It's Hezonja in the corner. It's stolen by Hill. Here's Davis, and he makes good on the layup. Davis has got 4 points in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Up top, Burke, covered by Payton. And Okafor with the block. Here's Davis. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
You know what? The switch has flipped, and he's in that proverbial zone right now, knocking down 3 of 4 here in the fourth.
Some changes for New Orleans. Julius Randle's checked in for Okafor, and Mirotic subbed in for Solomon Hill. The Knicks also changing it up. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr., and it's Ntilikina in for Burke. And that one falls for Davis.
You look at the New York Knicks, desperate to compete again and get themselves back into the playoffs. Remember, 1973, their last championship year, with the likes of Willis Reed, Walt Frazier, Earl the Pearl Monroe. Maybe they could use a couple of those guys now.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Fizdale said to the team. He talked about X's and O's, but he also said, hey, guys, we got to trust each other, stick together, and leave it all out on the floor. We'll see if they've got enough left to get over the top, Kevin.
And since 1973, only 2 finals appearances for the New York Knicks.
Yep, 1994, they lost to the Rockets in 7 games. And in 99, that was the lockout-shortened season. They lost to the Spurs eventually on their home court in 5 games. No finals appearances for the New York Knicks in the new millennium.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
Ntilikina passes to Hazanya. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's a look at what's coming up for New York. On Sunday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Tuesday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Portland Trail Blazers.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, it's the second game of a back-to-back, and you know they're going to be feeling the effects of it. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes a toll.
And the first one drops. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Payton kicks to Mirotic. And stolen by Hazanya. For the finish, and finished off by Hazanya.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Well, this team now has to settle in right here and have a great possession without getting so aggressive that you compound your mistake.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
I like seeing Ntilikina keep his balance despite the contact. This is how he converts these and ones.
And Frank Ntilikina, you know, Brent, he has shown tremendous promise, but also has all the usual growing pains of a young player.
Well, entered the league at just 19 years of age, and a lot of questions about the level of competition in France before it is that Frank made his way over to the Big Apple. But he's a very versatile defender and showed some great flashes last year of lateral quickness, good length, and, of course, great instinct on that end of the floor.
And that one falls for Ntilikina.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
To the paint to end the run. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Payton. Davis has got it all tied up now for the Pelicans. For New York, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Ntilikina, covered by Payton. Six on the shot clock. Ntilikina passes to Lee, and it's good off the back rim and in. And the Knicks lead by 2.
Good job by Courtney Lee catching the defense by surprise.
Payton surveying the floor, and Payton throws it down.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
And not many players at that position, as explosive as he is in a close game, just rose up to the challenge.
Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Hazanya's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Yeah, he's a heady player. He knows how to get himself going and giving his team a real advantage right now on the offensive end.
Davis dishes to Randall. Back to Davis. Payton outside. Over Porzingis. Porzingis with the block. And he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Knicks have gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Ntilikina kicks to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. The shot's good from Kanter.
Well, this is kind of that set play here for Kanter where he can show his wares. Good instincts there on the pick and roll.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Outside Mirotic. Back to Payton. Lee against Moore. From deep. Ntilikina with the rebound. The Knicks leading by 4. The pass to Porzingis over Payton, and again it's New York.
Yeah, this is where Porzingis can do the most damage. 7'3". He's got the height. He's going to shoot over just about anybody in the league.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
He has definitely shown up to play. He's done his part, really just trying to battle his team back into it.
Thomas checked in for Mario Hezonja.
Impressive thing about Anthony Davis is just how much ground he can cover during the game. Has come into this league as one of the best running big men in transition. Still a huge weapon for him.
Here's Ntilikina. Kanter with it. Kicks it to Thomas. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 11 rebounds in the game. Randall finds Mirotic. New Orleans moving it around. Here's Davis. Nice D from Porzingis.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Lee against Moore. Unloads from 13. And the basket is good. Lee's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pelicans trail by 5. Payton outside. Down low. Here's Mirotic. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Encouraging to see Mirotic hit shots with defenders draped on him. That's a good sign of his confidence growing.
Ntilikina kicks to Kanter. The dish to Lee. Over Randall. A second chance effort. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, Lee does a good job there of knifing in and understanding he was going to get the hit.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
The first free throw is good.
Courtney Lee, the journeyman, continues to excel no matter where it is that he unpacks his bags.
And both free throws good for Lee. Pelicans trail by 5. Payton outside. Passes to Davis. And the layup is good. Davis has got 35.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Now, here's Cantor. Dishes it to Lee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Out to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So it's the Pelicans now. And so Payton will bring it up for New Orleans. Outside, Davis. Inside, kick out to Moore. Looking to get it going. That's short off the rim.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Pass to Ntilikina. And Davis sends it back. Moore outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far.
And the shot goes in. Lee's got 10 points here in the second half.
And not a stellar first half, but he's become an absolute machine scoring the ball in the second.
Payton. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
This is a guy whose mindset just never changes. Even when they're losing, he's always going to be aggressive.
New York calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys were dragging a little bit, calling timeout to kind of let them catch their breath.
Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kristaps Porzingis.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
The Knicks leading by 3. Here's Ntilikina. Pass to Porzingis. Porzingis is double. It's stolen by Randall. And they're running. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip. 5 for 10.
The only way he was getting to the hoop was to use the double clutch.
Mirotic against Thomas. It's taken away by Payton. To the middle. Lee with the steal. Here we go. One-on-one. Here's Ntilikina. And it's good for 2. Ntilikina's got 5 points in the quarter.
How about the fearlessness in the moment? Ntilikina demonstrating great control and decision-making during these crucial possessions.
Payton kicks to Davis. Back to Payton. Clock at 6. To tie it up. New Orleans getting another chance here. Davis on the follow.
Awesome job by AD to get the ball in a favorable spot. That's most anywhere, but comes up big with that basket.
Porzingis inside. Davis is there. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, that's a huge confidence boost right there for Kristaps Porzingis. He's proving he's got what it takes in those moments.
Davis surveying the floor. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle. Porzingis against Davis. To the paint. Cantor, the pass to Lee. Porzingis is double. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. New Orleans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Here's Cantor. Lee kicks to Ntilikina. That's tipped. It's stolen by Davis. 4-on-3 break. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. They get Courtney Lee.
Intelligent play there by Davis. He knows he has the defense on their heels as soon as he gets the ball that close to the rim.
Anthony Davis. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that brings them within 2 here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
He really relished these moments, and he loves those pressure situations.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on. Oh, shocking there. That one's amazing.
Well, you play your heart out all night long, and then just 1 or 2 shots at the end decide the outcome.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 4. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .27 seconds left in the fourth quarter. .27 seconds left in the game.
I love it when a role player has a chance like that and each one more takes full advantage.
And they go to the intentional foul. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2.
And the French native has already made an impact. Ntilikina is a young guard who plays with confidence and purpose.
And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. And so it's Rendell bringing it up now for the New Orleans Pelicans. Money!
As soon as Davis receives the ball, you just know he's going to take it at the D. And the basket there was big.
New York calls timeout. The score is tied at 117. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Ntilikina. Now the pass to Porzingis. Gets the game winner to fall.
All zeros on the clock as he drains the game winner.
Unbelievable way to end this game. The fans on both sides are in shock.
So a close game sees New York take this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.